morning, everybody. So, hey, I hope you can see me. You know what? Let me grab this too.
No more.
You know, I'm looking at this guy to connect with Johnny Mitchell. I sent Johnny a text on this cat this morning. You know, a lot of you guys know that I'm building a OSINT, or an open source intelligence framework, to be able to not determine whether people are lying. Not at all. In fact, I'm being super, I'm working on my personality a little bit. You know, I want to start being a little bit more, I don't know what the right way to put it, but a little bit more social than I have been. You know, I'm looking at this guy, Gonzalez, or maybe it's Alejandro Gonzalez, and I'm looking at him because it's just curious to me. You know, he claims to live in England, and I'm just curious how it is that someone that was born in the United States presumably winds up living in Mexico, but then doesn't go back to the United States, winds up going to England, and how it is that England allows him. And I'm just asking questions. I'm not saying anyone's lying or anything like that. I'm asking how it is that someone that's admitted to killing people, and I think it's 70 in another video. You know what? In fact, I can pull it up on this right now while we're talking, because I've got it right here. How it is that... No, get out of there. This one right here, El Sicario.
With YouTube Premium, I can download ad-free videos to watch anywhere, even without a Wi-Fi connection.
Skip this thing. He's in the video with this one right here, and I think that he says that he's got like 70 kills in there. And I've sent a message to those people. I would like to speak to the Ali. If you're watching this, I would love to talk to you in person, man. I will go out of my way to go to wherever you're at and interview. My basic questions are, and I think that you have a fascinating story. It's crazy to me how someone that's got 70 murders under his belt and admits to it openly is allowed to remain within the United Kingdom, or England if that's where you live. One, I'm curious how it is that why you left Mexico, because that's not answered in your video here with Johnny Mitchell. How it is you left Mexico. How it is that you established yourself in Mexico with your Cartel, or your IFE, which now is INE, your Instituto Electoral Federal card, and all these different things that you need to be able to live and work there, and whether or not you ever had legal presence in Mexico. There's just a bunch of questions I have. But the biggest one, I guess, would be why you're permitted to operate at that level and then just walk away from the cartel. These are fascinating questions to me, and how it is that Johnny verified. I would love to verify your story, man. And if you want, I will verify mine with you as well, so you know that I'm real in who you're talking to, because there's so much out there. And I think that you're now a member of Islam and whatnot, and I think that Islam's probably a pretty respectable religion as far as the adherents being committed to truthfulness and whatnot. So I'm not being disrespectful at all in any way. I just want to be able to verify that which is openly accessible to the public, which this is. It's all on YouTube, and you clearly become a member of the public domain now with your several interviews. And I'm going through each one of them, and I have the same intent of doing all of this with the Cartel Hitmen on GAFE 423 and everybody else, including myself. I want to put myself in my own framework, so when people look at YouTube and they're looking at me, they know, yeah, you know what, that's legit. It's verified here. It's verified in this government website. It's verified by corroborating this witness, etc., etc., etc. There's a methodology that we use in order to determine whether or not something has been verified and is factual, or has not been verified, or cannot be verified. So there's just different criteria for the tables that I'm populating with all the data in it. I think you're fascinating. We're both from LA, so I would love to sit down with you and have tacos or bangers and mash if you're in England. And as far as the rest of the cartel people like David that are showing up on Gafe 423, I would love to talk to you guys too. Because if you're going to put yourself out there, I was looking at some of Ali's pictures. And he does have pictures where I can see his eyes. And I don't doubt that that's him in that plate carrier. I'm pretty sure that it is. But I do have some questions about why it is when this lady, and I showed it on another video. In fact, I'll slice it and stick it in there. Why it is that when she's interviewing him, she's pulling up pictures of our state patrols in Fresnillo, Zacatecas, when he's clear the hell over in Guerrero or Baja California del Norte. And a complete different part of the country. You know, that's kind of crazy to me why the journalist on that video, and I'm going to stick it in here, would be putting, here it clearly says Fresnillo, which is a major city in Zacatecas. You can look it up. There's an HK G36 or G36, which is actually one of the very first weapons I carried here. And there's even another spot where it's showing right here. 2 radios, which is common. One we'll use for radioing back to base, and the other radio right here, we use that for communicating within our own platoon. Proximidad Social. It's crazy because if you look at this unit, like I go digging into all this stuff about whether or not things have been validated, whether I wanted to, all you cartel people out there clocking my channel, I want to talk to you. That patrol in there, in addition with the 2 radios that we use, one for talking to our platoon and the other one for talking to base, in addition with the HK G36 or HK G36, which a Policia Municipal don't really have, but we do at the state level. So it's a fully automatic HK G36, chambered in 223 or 5.56 by 45 millimeter. So there's just, I've got all these questions with all this reporting that's going on. I also reached out to Johnny Mitchell, and I'm not being combative or anything. I just want to make sure, I want to get down to brass tacks. So if you're watching this video, I had a very productive call with Vince Vargas this weekend, or just yesterday as a matter of fact. He gave me a call. I'm very appreciative. Respect the dude a lot. Hopefully can come up and put together a show with Vince here in the near future. I would love to do that. Right now, Alejandro Garcia, or Gonzalez, if that's your name, or Ali, whatever you want to be called, I would love to talk to you, sir. Tommy G and your Sicario people on your videos, I would love to talk to you guys. And I'm saying this from the standpoint that I've already met you guys in person during the course of my work in Zacatecas. I've done this openly. And I'm doing so respectfully right now. I would love to talk to you and validate some of the things that are being said on YouTube openly. And if it's true, it should withstand scrutiny, including my background, my story should withstand scrutiny too. There are government websites where I'm on them in Mexico to where people can validate whether or not it's true. Also, I was looking at some other stuff, and there are even Mexico, the privacy laws in Mexico are different than they are in the United States. That being said, there are still FOIA acts or FOIA requests where we can get information or have access to certain information that isn't public right now, but it could be in the future if we just go down and request it. So I'm going down all these rabbit holes, and if anyone out there in YouTube land is interested in helping me do this, and you have a computer background and are tech savvy, I'm interested in bringing you on board and stuff like that. I do not know where my channel will go in the future. However, I think that truth and verification are important things, and that building this framework or this infrastructure, if you will, is an important project that can be levied towards any subject. So if you're down with that, hit me up. Ali and the other guys, David over on Gafe 423 and Gafe 423. I would love to talk to you guys, man. So I hope you're having a great day. Cheers. Bye for now. Full disclosure, man. I did. That was really cool of him, man. Kind of blew me away because I've been trying so hard to